welcome to my channel. This is Janet Martinez. You want to start the keto diet? I'm going to show you how. I'm going to be looking down. I have my notes here. I don't want to forget anything. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the notes to see that I don't forget anything. First things, to start any diet, you need to consult a doctor. I went to talk to my doctor, explained the diet I wanted to do, tested everything. I was high cholesterol and pre-diabetic. He gave me a go to start the diet, so I started with my diet. I went after 10 months and tested everything again. Everything tested really good and nothing was out of order. He said it was a really good diet, so I started. But your body's different from mine. Would I advise you to go test and check everything before you start any diet? Okay, let's get to it. First things you're gonna need is to measure your food. It's a food scale. I got mine at Amazon. I'm gonna link it so you can see where I got it. I got it for $10, but you find it at Walmart, you find it at Target, you find it almost anywhere. They're very inexpensive, but you definitely need one of these. You also need keto strips. These I got at my CVS. It's my a pharmacy close to me. You find them also at Amazon, and you just eBay I think has them. They're to test your urine, and these are how they look. Let me see if this can focus. Oh, here it is. So it's this little strips. You pee on the little square right here, and then you measure how high your keto level is. And this is helpful to show you what kind of food you could eat if you're not sure. I started when I started the diet. These were my go-to. So if I ate something that I wasn't sure it was keto, I would test myself, and it would show me if it went down. It's because you could eat it, but not as a big amount. If it doesn't go down, then it's a go. But if it goes down completely, it's a no at all. I tried testing it. I ate a cookie, and after 2 hours I went and peed on the stick, and I measured, and it went completely, when it was already at this level, it went down to this one. And I was like, why? Like, I checked, I knew it was a cookie, wasn't keto, but I wanted to see how bad it was, and it was completely bad. It had 29 grams of carbs. Knocked me out of ketosis completely. Okay, another thing you're gonna need is the app. I use Carb Manager for the first months, then I switched to my Fitness Pal. Right there, they're gonna ask you your height, your weight, if you're a male or female, all your information, and it's gonna give you your macros. A lot of people ask me about the macros. I didn't use it when I started because I didn't know how it worked. I was just putting in my information in those apps to know how many calories I had to eat. I didn't know anything else. Right now, my macros are 80% fat, I think 78 protein, between 10 and 20 carbs, and under 1,400 calories. Everybody's body is different. You might be shorter than me, you might be wider than me. It depends on how your body is, your age, and everything, and it's gonna give you your macros. So that is what the use of those apps are, to use your macros to help you get into ketosis. Now, when you are at the stage of ketosis, that means your body's not grabbing from carbs anymore. It's grabbing from your own fat. So you need fat in your body for your body to be able to use it as energy. So that's when you go into the stage of ketosis. You're producing ketones, and that's how it starts the diet to work. Okay, so next thing, what to buy? Vegetables. Vegetables, you're gonna get asparagus, cauliflower. I'm gonna be putting a picture here of the things you could get and the things you can't get. Cauliflower, broccoli, squash, spinach, lettuce, Brussels sprouts, tomatoes. Tomatoes is very tricky. They are very low in carbs, but they are high in sugar. So you could eat them, but not in very big amounts. As well as onion. Onions, you could eat onions, very little or none if you could go without onions. But if you want to make like a soup or a salsa or something that requires onions, just minimize it. What else? You could also get cabbage and zucchini. Like I said, I'm gonna show you here things that you could get. Things that you can get are potatoes, sweet potato, corn. Those are vegetables that you can't. You could always Google anything. If you Google keto vegetables, it will show you a list of vegetables you could eat and a list of vegetables you can't eat. It will show you which vegetables that you could eat are better and which have more carbs, or it works for if you need more carbs to reach your goal for the day, then you eat the ones that have a little bit more carbs. Okay, so natural fats. You get your natural fats from nuts. Nuts are the higher fat ones that have less carbs are pecans, almonds, and walnuts. On my behalf, those are the three that I use throughout the almost year. In April, I'm gonna be 1 year doing keto, and I have lost 90 pounds. I have 10 more pounds to go. So those are the three I use. You could use, again, Google. If you like a special nut and you're not sure, Google it and find out. Olives. Olives are amazing in this diet. If you like them, you are good. If you don't like them, then there's other options to get your fat in. Avocado is another option that is amazing in this diet. That's why it always says keto goes on bacon and avocado, because those are very high in fats. So another thing is oils. Oils, you're gonna use coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, and butter. Butter has to be grass-fed butter, because those are the ones that have highest fats. You could use, if you don't like coconut oil, then you could use olive oil. If you don't like olive oil, you could use coconut oil. If you don't like neither of those, you could use butter. Another thing, cheese. This is a question I get almost all the time. What kind of cheese can I eat? Cheese is very open. Cheese are very high in fat, so almost every cheese has fat, and it's great. So the only cheese you need to be careful for are the processed cheese, the ones that come in a little pack. Those have sugar. So you need to be careful on the sugar on the cheese. But almost every cheese, cream cheese, feta cheese, mozzarella, cheddar, queso fresco, all those are good. Google again if you're not sure of what cheese, but almost every cheese is good. Eggs. Eggs are very, very important. They're very good protein, so they're really good to eat. And we are off to the protein. Proteins are meats. Meats, every meat is good. The best meat to eat when you're trying to reach your goal to get your percentage of fat in is pork, it's salmon, and beef. Chicken, you could eat, the best part of the chicken is the thigh, the leg, that have more fat in them, and the skin is really good. But if you like chicken breast, go for it. If you like turkey, go for it. Just add butter or coconut oil or something to get the fat in. You could also get seafood, any kind of fish. It's good for the diet, so it varies on whatever you like. Okay, this is another one I get a lot of questions. Can I drink soda? I already said it in one of my other videos. Soda itself is not good. Why? Because it has sugar, it has carbs. It's not good for the diet. It will knock you out of ketosis just like that. The best thing to drink is water. Water, tea without any sugar. You could sweeten it with stevia or sweeteners that are keto friendly. Also, you could Google what keto, because I know in some cities and some states they don't sell the same as they do here. I live in California, so Google whatever they sell in your city or your state, keto friendly sweeteners, and it will show you coffee. You could drink coffee. There's a bulletproof coffee. I have the video for that. I will link it down below. And that, why it's such a big deal on the keto diet is because that you add butter, coconut oil, and heavy whipping cream. All those three are very high in fat, so you get your fat in with just the drink. So that's why you hear it a lot where the bulletproof coffee, drink the coffee, because of that, because it's very high in fat. So you don't have to drink the coffee if you don't like the coffee. Don't knock it till you try it though, because it is delicious. It's a really good coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. I just started drinking coffee lately. It boosts my energy. It clears my skin completely. It glows because of the coconut oil. So I am good for it. So, but if you don't like it, don't drink it. Just first try it. When you blend it, everything blends and you don't taste the oil, you don't taste the butter. It is really good. So coffee is another thing. Mineral water. Most mineral waters, if not all, I think, have no carbs, no sugar. There's some that have added flavor. Make sure it says no sugar, because sometimes it does have flavor, but it doesn't have that sugar. So also make sure you check the bags and check that it doesn't have carbs, it doesn't have sugar, and you are good to go. If you check diet stuff, it doesn't have carbs, it doesn't have sugar, it has some other kind of sugar that is not good for the body, but it's a better option than normal soda. So if you're a soda drinker and you cannot leave it, then try switching to Diet Coke, diet soda, and then minimize it to where if you drink 2-3 a day, minimize it to 1 a day, and then minimize it to once every 2 days, then minimize it to 1 every week until you could give it up completely. But if you can, then if it's good for you, it's good. Like I said, the most important thing is water. Just drinking plain water, it is the best option. Okay, so you got everything, you got all you need. How do you start the diet? It is, let's say, Monday. You start on Monday. First thing you're gonna do is weigh yourself. The way I weigh myself, before I take a shower, without any clothes, before I drank anything, before I ate anything, without my clothes, I get on the scale and record how much I weigh. Why without clothes? Because if you weigh yourself today with what you're wearing, and in a week you weigh yourself again with something heavier or lighter, that's gonna depend on your weight too. Not a lot, but some. I would rather weigh myself without anything before I ate. Every time I weigh myself without any food, without any drinks, before anything, I weigh myself. So you get on the scale, you weigh yourself. Also, you take a picture, not without your clothes, but you take a picture. You try to take it with the same clothes every time you take the picture, so you start seeing how flowy your clothes is getting and the changes. You also are gonna measure yourself. You measure here, you measure here, you measure down here. So you also have your measurements, so you see the changes on that too. Because sometimes you don't lose on the scale, but you do lose on size. So make sure you measure yourself. Okay, so you start the diet on Monday. You're gonna do the diet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning. First thing you do when you wake up, you go weigh yourself. By that is gonna be the third day, actually the fourth day in the morning. You're gonna again get on the scale. By that time, if you're doing the diet right, you should have lost anywhere from 2 pounds to 6 pounds. Now that's gonna depend on how big you are. So if you are let's say 280 pounds, you're gonna lose faster than the person that's 160 pounds. So that's why I say anywhere from 2 to 6 pounds. I seen where somebody lost 2 pounds. I seen where somebody lost 6 pounds on the first 3 days. So that is gonna show you if you are doing the diet right. If you lose 1 pound, you're still doing it right. You need to adjust the amount of food you're taking. If you didn't lose anything or you gain, then you're doing something wrong. So that's how I noticed what, and the people I'm coaching, that's how I noticed if they're doing the diet right. If not, we have to adjust some things. So then you're gonna weigh yourself, you're gonna see the changes. Okay, the first time you weigh yourself to record your weight in a paper or whatever, that's the week after. So Monday, try not to weigh yourself every day, because this diet works so different that sometimes it looks like you gained 2 pounds and then the next couple of days you lost 5 pounds. So if you weigh yourself, it's gonna drive you crazy. Believe me, it drove me crazy, because the first month I was getting on the scale every day, and sometimes it will be 2 pounds, and then the next day I will lose 5 pounds, and it was driving me crazy. So what I started doing is just doing it once a week, and that will show me a big change, and I was all for it. So try to weigh yourself every week. On Monday, measure, record, picture, and that will be your record of how much you're losing, how loose your clothes is getting, how smaller you're getting. I also have my Instagram in the description box all the way at the bottom. It has the link to my Instagram. On my Instagram, I post what I eat, the amounts I eat, breakfast and dinner. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. So when I started with 3 meals: my breakfast, my snack, my lunch, my snack, and my dinner. Why? If I go hungry, I'm gonna hate the diet. That's basically the truth. If you are hungry, you're not gonna like the diet. So your body shouldn't feel hungry. I lost 90 pounds in 11 months. So that should tell you I did it and I lost weight. So it does work if you do it right. So I need 80% of fats. I try to divide it into my 5 meals. Well, actually it's 3 big meals and 2 snacks. So I eat nuts and cheese, but then my dinner is a little bit lighter on the fat, and then my snack is a little heavier. So I manage it to combine. It does work. I wasn't hungry. Another thing, if you are doing it right, if you eat the breakfast that is right, you will not be hungry the rest of the day. Why? Because you're putting so much fat into your breakfast that your body feels full. You will stop craving stuff. This is how the diet works. So make sure you are following the right amounts, like putting fats in your breakfast, so the rest of the day you're not hungry. Right now I eat 2 meals and 1 snack. When I started, I ate 3 meals and 2 snacks. But right now I am not craving a lot of stuff, so now I try to put all my fats and all my protein and all my macros into 2 meals. Before it was I was starting, so I didn't want to be hungry, so I will eat 3 times. Right now I also did fasting. They asked me a lot about fasting. You could do fasting if that works for you. It's what works for you. For me, at the beginning, it didn't work. Why? Because I was hungry. Because I didn't know, okay, well, I have to put more fat here, and I didn't know how to use my macros. Now I do, so I managed it. I did 3 meals, then I did fasting in the middle of the year, and that used to work fine too. So it's depending on your lifestyle. It depends on, I started doing fasting because it was, I couldn't keep up with taking my kids to school, going to the market and everything. So I noticed I would start eating at 12, at 1. So then I decided to fast. To do fasting, I will eat at 1, and then I will eat at 6, and I will not eat until the next day, until 1 again. So I will fast. They said if you're fasting, to do it for at least 16 to 18 hours. So like I said, it depends on your body, it depends on what you like, it depends on your lifestyle. If you want to fast, fine. My husband did it for 6 months. He got 65 pounds off in 6 months, and he never fasted. Never in his life he fasted, because he works, so his body needed food to work. So he always ate 3 meals and 2 big snacks. Also, another point, men lose faster than women. So men need more calories than women. So if you're a guy and you're starting this diet, try to hit 2,200 calories to 2,600 calories. I do 1,400 to 1,600 calories. So that's the difference between my husband and I. I could talk about both because I used to feed, not used to, because I feed him. So I packed his lunch. I know how much I'm putting into his lunch. I know how much he was losing. You also seen the change. So it does work for both. I did fasting. Now I don't because I started drinking coffee. I wasn't a coffee drinker at all. I started drinking coffee. My skin got so nice because they said the coconut oil helps with your skin, with your nails, with your hair. So that's why I started drinking coffee. It gets me more energy. I started going to the gym because now I feel my skin loose. So I started going to the gym and that gives me more energy. So now my coffee is my meal. And then I have another meal at 12. It's not called fasting because when you drink coffee, you break your fast. So if you're fasting and you're wondering if you could drink coffee, you can't. So like I said, it depends everything on what you like and your lifestyle. And I think that's all. If you have any questions, make sure to put them down below. I try to answer every question. I'm also active on Instagram. Try to go there if you need ideas for snacks, for breakfast, for lunch. I have some ideas there. Try following me there. And that is it for this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so. And we'll see you next time. I hope my weight loss journey inspired you. Bye.